36. Vrindavanavasi jato Vaishnavira gana Partame vandana kori Sabara charana Nilachala vasi jato Mahaprabhur gana Pomite podiya vando Sabada charana Navadvipa vasi jato Mahaprabhur bhakta Sabada charana vando Hoya anurakta Mahaprabhur bhakta jato Goda deshe stite Sabada charana vando Kodiya hranati Jai Daishe Jai Daishe Vaishe Gaurangera Gana Urva Gando Sarana Hoya Chena Hoi Bena Prabhu Jato Dasha Sabara Charana Vando Tante Korigasa Pramandata Ite Shakti Dare Jane Jane Evira Purane Gunagai Jevasune Mahaprabhu Gana Sata Patita Pavana Toilo Bimoi Papilo Ina Sharana Pandana Korite Moi Kato Shakti Dori Tama Buddhi Dose Moi Damba Macha Kori Tatapi Mukera Bhagyamanera Ulasa Tosakshami Moadame Karani Jadasa Sarva Vansha Siddhi Hoyama Vanda Chute Jagate Dorlava Hoya Prema Dhana Lute Ma Nirvasana Sana Pona Achirate Oya Devaki Nandana Dasa Elovika Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jaya Vaishnav Thakur Okay, let's just maybe do Gaur and then Radha and Krishna because time's...
Well, what do you think if we did Sharanagati and that we didn't be done by 10 or by 9:45?
10.
Well, if we did Sharanagati, then Garona Valite Hadi, then Radha Krishna Palamur.
Perfect.
Together is really quick.
Okay. Can you be the captain of our ship?
Well, the captain has arrived. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Oh, sorry, I'm singing the wrong one. Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Swaparshara Sviya Dhamma Saha Avatari Atyanta Durlabha Prema Kodi Paridana Shikaya Sharanagati Pakatera Prana Danya Atmani Vedana Gopivdevadana Avasharakshi Krishna Vishvasa Palana Bhakti Anukula Matra Karyara Svikara Bhakti Pratikula Bhava Vajanangikara Sharanga Sharanagati Vaibejara Tahara Pratana Shune Srinanda Kumara Rupasanatana Pade Tante Trina Kori Pakati Vinoda Pade Tuhu Paradoni Kandiya Kandiya Bode Amita Dhamma Shikaye Sharanagati Kara e Utama Jaya Swaparshada Jaya Gora Hari Swaparshada Jaya Gora Hari Page 86. Page 86. Goranga bolite habe Ulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite na Yane Pabinira Adaka Benita Jader Karuna Oibe Samsara Vasanda Mora Kabetun Chahabe Vishaya Jadiya Kabe Shudahabe Mana Kabeha Maherabo Shri Vrindavana Rupara Gunata Pade Ohibe Akuti Kabeha Mabuja Bose Yugala Piriti Rupara Gunata Pade Rahumora Asha Pratane Karo Yesada Narotamadasha Jayanitai Jaya Go Jayanitai Jaya Go Jaya Go Jayanitai Jaya Go Page 123. Radha Krishna Prana Mohora Yugala Kishora Jivane Marane Goti Adana Himora Karindira kule keli Kadambera vana Ratana vedira upar Bosabondu jana Shamagore ange divo chua Chanda nera ganda Chamara nura bokobe Heribo mukha chandra Gatiya malati mala Dibodo gale Adare tulia dibo Kapura tambule Dalita Vishakadi Yato Saki Brinda Agnaya Kodi Seva Charanara Vinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasaranu Dasa Seva Abhilasha Kore Narottama Dasa Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Jaya Jaya Guru Dev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai he Gaura he, Nitai he Gaura he. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda. Radhe 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 Radhe. Radhe 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 Radhe. Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda. Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Vrindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe. Madan Mohan Mohini Radhe Radhe. Ashtasaki Shri Ramani Radhe Radhe. Ashtasaki Vrindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe. Rishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. Vrindavana Vilasini Radhe Radhe. Radhe Govinda Jaya, Radhe Govinda. 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 Radhe 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 Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Goda Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol.
Me too. Still, we have to keep the temple sounding like a temple. Again, can you call the people? You get the ladies upstairs. Agyanam timirandasya Jnananjana salakaya Chaksuranmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Twadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadavaktaya Namo Nama Yang Pravajantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Taruva Juhava Putreti Tanmayataya Tadavo Benedus Tang Sarva Bhutaridaya Muni Manatosmi Bhaktya Vahinai Aparada Lakshay Chiptasya Kamari Tarangamadye Kripamai Tvam Sharanam Prabhadyam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavoivasmi Najivami Tambina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charananti Kripayati Yadi Radha Parita Shesha Badha Kima Paravashishtam Pushti Maryada Yorme Yadi Vadati Chakinshit Smera Sodita Srir Twijavaramani Panktya Mukti Shukta Tadakim Shama Sundara Shikhanda Shekhar Smera Samurali Radhika Rasikamam Kripanite Swapriya Charanakin Kuru Prananatha Vrishabhanu Nandini Sri Mukhabjara Salola Satapada Radhika Padatale Tambajami Rasikendra Sheikh Samvidaya Dashane Trinam Bibo Prartaye Brajamahendra Nandana Astu Mohan Tavati Balava Janma Janmani Madhiswari Priya. If Shri Radha is merciful to me, then unlimited obstacles to my devotion will be removed. There will be nothing superior for me to attain, because I will have received the excellence offered by the paths of both Vaidhi and Rag. And if she speaks something while smiling gently, thereby revealing the brilliance of the rows of her beautiful pearl-like teeth, what significance will the oyster of liberation have? Oh, you are the Lord of the life. Oh, I skipped one, didn't I? O Shamasundar, O you whose head is adorned with peacock feathers, whose face is graced with a laughing smile, whose Murali flute enchants the mind, and who is most expert in relishing ras with Srimati Radhika. O ocean of mercy, please make me a kinkari maidservant at the feet of your beloved. You are the Lord of the life of the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and you are like a bee, always eager to taste the nectar of her lotus-like face. O Rasikendra Shekhar, foremost of those who are Rasik, who are situated at the feet of Srimati Radhika, I worship. O son of the king of Braj, O all-pervading one, O Mohan, who enchants the minds of all. Taking a piece of straw in my teeth, I pray that your supremely beloved Sri Radha be my dear worshipful goddess, birth after birth. So here we are after the whirl of the 3 or 4 festivals. And we're all tired. But at the same time, we want the temple to go on. So we're crawling over. But do take rest, sufficient rest, so you don't get sick. One thing that's the most greatest cause of sickness is being run down. All right, so I wanted, and I do want, to go over with you the 10 root principles of philosophical thought that is given in Jaiva Dharma, and that all over the world for many years Srila Gurudev discussed and called on devotees to speak on. Not only speakers, general speakers who he usually calls on, but he would call on anybody and everybody to know this. We started learning it in between one of the festivals. And there are 10, we'll go over it. There's, but my mind keeps telling me to tell you that, but I also want to go over with you the verse that I discussed from Srila Bharati Maharaj. Srila Bhakti began Bharati Goswami Maharaj on the day of the Vyas Puja celebration. And can you pull it up? But how can we get it for everybody to see? You know how every time there's a holiday of somebody's appearance or disappearance day, and Srila Bharati Maharaj always says, if you observe this day, you'll get all auspiciousness, they'll give their special mercy to you. And if you don't observe this day, all obstacles will come to you and auspiciousness goes away. So this is all coming from a specific verse. And the verse seems to be just about Krishna, that if you remember Krishna. But there's 2 Krishnas. What are the 2 Krishnas?
Bhagavad Bhakta and Grantha Bhakta.
Ashraya Vigraha, the Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead, and Vishaya Vigraha, or Vishaya Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of served Godhead. So there's the servitor, the Ashraya. Ashraya means the shelter of, or the abode of worship. And then the Vishaya is the object of worship. Of course, we worship Radha and Krishna as our object of worship. But between the two, she is the abode of love of God and he is the object. But then again, he also worships her. But that's another thing. Okay, so you have it? Avismriti. I'll sing it while she's looking. Avismriti Krishna Padara Vindayo Chino. Why did I forget it? Because I'm tired. What is it?
It's going to be in our verses from Judaism.
And I was saying it all morning and all day yesterday. Chinotya Bhadrani Cha Santanoti Sadvasya Sudhim Paramatma Bhaktam Jnanam Vijnanam Vairagya Juktam Jnanam Vijnanam Vairagya Yuktam. So we'll try it again. Avismrti Krishna Padara Vindayo Chanotya Bhadrani Chatan Chasantanoti Sattvasya Shuddhim Paramatma Bhaktan Jnanam Javijnanam Vairagya Yuktam. So you'll have a copy of it in a moment, in just a moment, by the grace of one of the few good things about Kali Yuga. That is the phone thing. So, avismrti, by remembering. Avismrti. Yeah, let's repeat. Avismrti. Smrti, means remembering. By remembering Krishna Padaravindayo. Krishna, pada, feet. Padaravindayo. Krishna Padaravindayo. Avismrti Krishna Padaravindayo. I see, I understand. You can only whisper. Let's try it again. Avismrti Krishna Padaravindayo. And then Chinot. Chinot Dyabadrani. Chinoti means, destroys, subdues. Chinot Abhadrani. Bhadra means auspiciousness. Bhadra, like Subhadra, is Krishna's sister. Abhadrani, not Abhadrani. The many obstacles. Chanot Yabhadrani. Chanot Yabhadrani. Cha and, cha is always and, santanoti, and gives all auspiciousness, mangalam, all welfare. Chanotya Bhadrani Chat Santanoti. It's hard to remember when you don't have it written. Did you find it, Vasanti? It's in the ashram chat. Good, okay. What kind? Huh? Okay. Does everybody have it now? Look on your ashram chat. You have it? You have it?
My mobile is upstairs, but I remember when.
You do good. All right. So are you ready to learn a verse, Sumukhi? Yes. So would you like to come in the temple? Do you remember what I just told you? No, I just told you the verse. Avismrti Ravindayo Shanotya Bhadrani Cha Santanoti. Can you look on your ashram chat? Oh, good. Where is Raka? Okay. Okay, everybody have it now? Avismrti Krishna Padara Vindayo Chanotya Bhadrani Cha Santanoti. Okay. Satvasva Satvasya Satvasya Shuddhim Paramatma Bhaktam Satvasya Shuddhim Paramatma Bhaktim. Good. Let's take it from the top. Avismrti Krishna Padara Vindayo Chanokya Ani Chasantanoti Satvasya Shudhim Paramatma Bhaktim Jnanam Jnanam Cha Vijnanam. Not only do you get theoretical knowledge, but you get realized knowledge. What's an example of realized knowledge?
Well, when Srila Prabhupada
Good
heard
memory.
about New York,
Where was he?
he was in India,
Yeah.
and he might have had a microphone in his hand, but I don't. Can somebody pass me that microphone?
So Prabhupada was in India,
Prabhupada was in India.
and he had never been to America before.
Never been to America before. And he told his friends, I'm going to America, I'm going to New York. And they said to him, in New York, it snows.
No,
No, they didn't.
he said it
He said, in New York, it snows.
because he looked it up
Because he looked it up
and he read about it.
and he read about it. But it wasn't until he was there that after the first winter and there was storms where there was snow up to his hips,
Not quite up to his
fine
hips,
knees.
like thighs.
His-
I mean, not thighs,
his
shins,
shins.
ankles.
He then looked at his friends and could say, in New York, it snows.
Get the difference between theoretical and realized knowledge? Realized knowledge is experienced knowledge. Like Krishna's name is non-different from Krishna. It's the source of all pleasure. It's eternal. That's theoretical knowledge. But when you taste unlimited pleasure from it and you experience a life beyond matter, then you know you have realized knowledge of the holy name. Okay. Jnanam cha vijnanam. Vijnana means realized knowledge. Vairagya juktam. Vairagya juktam. All right, so by remembering the pure devotees, you get, just by remembering them, even if they don't say anything, just by remembering them sincerely and deeply, you get knowledge and realized knowledge. And you also get vairagya, which means you become renounced from the desire to enjoy the world. You lose interest in the enjoyments of the world. Can you put the AC back? Huh? What happened? It just automatically went off? It's on? Well, how come it got hot? Oh. Okay. It's all relative, isn't it? So, like I got it. All right. So by remembering the pure devotee, you get knowledge, theoretical, realized knowledge, and that's by actual absorption, not just by passing by. You remember him, although there's still benefit in that. That's where it starts. Juktam means enriched with. So you get realized knowledge, theoretical knowledge, enriched with renunciation. So avismrti, that means what? By remembering. Krishna Padada Vindayo, but in this case it's Krishna's pure devotee as well. By remembering Krishna's pure devotee, the lotus feet of the pure devotee, that means it doesn't necessarily mean that you meditate on physically his lotus feet, although it could, but it means with deep humility. Then Chanot, the destruction of, Chanot Abhadrani. What is that? Abhadrani. Huh? Misfortune, obstacles, obstacles go away, and cha santanoti, all good things come in your Krishna path, in your bhakti path. All welfare, all auspiciousness comes in your bhakti path. And then satvasya shudhem paramatma paramatma bhaktim, which means automatically, without any separate endeavor, you develop a great desire to serve Krishna instead of Maya. Is a greed. I have to have Krishna. I have to have Krishna consciousness. Pure Krishna consciousness. Shuddhim paramatma bhaktim. You got that? So what happens when you remember the pure devotee? Anybody? In a loud voice.
All inauspiciousness is destroyed.
What else happens? Huh? Great fortune comes in your bhakti path. What else happens? You're endowed with direct realization of the Lord and His pastimes, qualities, and so on. And Maya Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Bhakti Tattva. And what else happens? What? Naturally detached from the quicksand of material life. Like Arjuna, he didn't want to fight for so many reasons. We'll go to hell for killing our relatives. If everybody, all the men are killed, then who's going to protect the women? And then they'll be exploited by unscrupulous men. There'll be unwanted children from that, and then the world will become hellish. I'd rather just go begging than to be the king at the cost of the lives of these great souls who are my superiors. But after hearing from Krishna, he said, never mind, this is Prabhupada's words, never mind, I shall kill all of them. Okay, so that's what happens by remembering the lotus feet of the pure devotee. Did we cover everything?
No.
What else?
Devotion unto the Paramatma Super Soul, aka Krishna.
Yeah, there's a great desire for that. So we'll do it once more.
Purification of the heart.
Yeah, purification of the heart means realization. So did you just read that there?
Shuddhim, the word.
You get purification of the heart. So sattvasya shuddhim. Good. And also means pure devotional service to the Lord. All right, so once more. Avismriti Krishna padara vindayo chanotya bhadrani chasantanoti sattvasya shuddhim paramatma bhaktim jnanam cha vijnanam vairagya yuktam. Okay, so my request is that anybody in this room who has anything to do with me must learn this verse by heart, upside down. And there's an easy way to do it is to repeat it several times during the day, like when you're taking prasadam, when you're brushing your teeth, when you are getting ready for a program, when you're standing and somebody's standing next to you. Like mother can say to daughter, guess what? And she says, what? And then she says, what do you say? Avismriti. And that's the way you do it. Like sometimes when me and Vasanti were in various countries, preaching in various countries over many, many years, and then somebody from that country would walk into our room, we'd say, guess what? They'd say, what? And then we'd say the verse. And then we'd do it for the next person too. But then, and then we knew the verses very well. And then as soon as we stopped doing that, we forgot. And then we had to revive it again, start remembering it again. What's one verse that we had to start reviving again after a long time of not repeating it? Gatir Bharta Prabhu Shakshi Nivasam Sharanam Suhrit Prabhava Pralaya Stanam Nidanam Bijam Avyaya. You know the meaning? Krishna says in the Gita, I am the goal, the master, the witness, and the most dear friend. I am the creation. I am the annihilation. I am the resting place, and I am the inexhaustible seed. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. So you'll have a lot of fun with life if you keep practicing. Because if you don't keep saying verses or pastimes in your head or qualities, things like that, what's going to go in your head? How dare they do that? What else goes in our head? I'll never make it. That's not fair. Anything else? What goes in yours? Forget it. You don't even want to say. Random. All right. So I request you that by tomorrow you all know this verse. It's a very, very important verse. Whether you're in the temple, if you get married, if you go away to another city, if you start another temple, and we're not here together saying, Hare Krishna, good morning, today is the day of. You'll be looking at your calendar. You know, like every morning, even though Srila Bhakti began, Bharati Goswami Maharaj is a pure devotee, every morning he looks at his calendar. What's happening? Who do I need to remember today? Who will I benefit from remembering today? Glorifying, even just remembering the name, if I absolutely have no time, which is never like that. And who will I glorify today? No matter what subject, no matter what was his theme throughout India that Srila Maharaj was doing, when it was somebody's day, he stopped his theme and glorified that devotee, at least for half the class. Okay, so by tomorrow. So now we'll go back to the plan for this morning. I'm completely lost, Vasanti, because of the new schedule. What time did this class start and when is it over? It's over at 11? Okay, we're doing good time. So a couple of weeks ago, we learned the 10 root principles of knowledge. Mula means root. Das means dasha means 10. It's very important to know diacritics. Do you all know diacritics? Like what's the difference between mala, which is M-A-L-A, with a line over the A, mala, and mulla, the same exact spelling, but without the line over the A. What's the difference between mala? Is there any difference between a word with a long line and a no line? Mala, mala. What? Anyone? Mala,
Like japamala.
japamala, flower mala, and mulla? Huh?
Something bad.
Dirty. Yeah, mala means dirty. Excuse me. Okay, so it's important to learn verses. Like, it makes a slight differentiation in the pronunciation. But it's a big, big difference, isn't it? Like light, lit, loot, lot. Any other? Light, lit, loot, lot. No, this is different. No. You got it? It makes a big difference. So it's important to know diacritics. All right. So we learned the 10 truths a couple of weeks ago. Does anybody remember them? There's two things. There's only two things worth knowing. One is what?
The evidence of the 10 truths.
Is evidence praman or prameya?
The praman is the prameya.
The praman proves the prameya. Praman means the body of evidence, like the teachings of the Vedas that are received through parampara. In other words, only those scriptures that are accepted and used and passed on by our disciplic succession of self-realized gurus, only that is known to be amnaya. That's another one. Amnaya is, so what is the praman? The body of evidence. Which body of evidence? The teachings that are received through disciplic succession or parampara is known as amnaya. The infallible evidence of the Vedas. Which Vedas? The Shrutis, the Smriti Shastras, headed by, see, the Shrutis are the original 4 Vedas. And then you have Vedanta Sutra. But the Smriti Shastras are those that are in pursuance of the original Vedas and that explain them. What's the best of the Smriti Shastras? He wrote Mahabharata and he wasn't happy.
I thought it was Srimati.
But I'm saying headed by the best of the Smriti Shastras. Srimad Bhagavatam. As well as evidence, such as direct perception, if the direct perception is in accordance, it's called pratyaksha, means direct perception, that concur with the guidance of the Vedas. Like, my direct perception says that that person hates me. Does that concur with the guidance of the Vedas? So what's the use of it? It has no use. That is, I'm directly perceiving with my mind. And because that person walked away when I walked into the room, therefore my mind and my eyes told me they hate me. And there's no feelings that are connected with the real self. They are accepted as praman, the evidence. And what does the praman establish? The praman establishes the prameya. If anybody's tired, you want to sit up on the chairs so you have a good posture there. Huh? You can't sit on the chair? The chair is good. Yeah. That's why we have them. Okay. What's a prameya? Yeah, a fundamental truth. So the praman is the body of evidence that establishes what's real and what's not real. And when it's received through the disciplic succession, it's called amnaya. I don't know the breakup, but maybe, it might be because there's a section in here that talks about, that breaks up the phrases, so we might come to that. But just the whole word, it's that, those scriptures which are received through the disciplic succession. Just like Raga showed me an audio book from a scripture that, it's one of the actual scriptures that Vyasadeva wrote, that talked about the love affair between Tulsi Devi and Vishnu, and how she cursed Sridham to become the Shalagram Shila, and it's this whole, Peyton Place romantic drama. You know Peyton Place? Before your time. It was a soap opera that they showed every day. Anyway, so what am I talking about? Test. Right, but what led to that? That are really written by Vyasadeva, but for another purpose than giving the absolute truth. Vyasadeva wrote all the Vedas, or compiled them, but some of them are for people in the mode of ignorance, to bring them in gradually to the world of Shastra, the world of reality, the world of truth, the world of the disciplic succession. And some are meant for the mode of passion. Like part of the Vedas deals with, okay, if you want to eat meat, then once a month do this sacrifice where you cut the throat of the goat and you whisper into the goat's ear. And you also have Lord Vishnu as one of the presiding deities of the sacrifice. And you whisper into the goat's ear, in this life I am eating you. In your next life, my next life, you will come back and eat me. So gradually what am I saying? But at least they came in to the Vedas. So there are Puranas meant for those in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. The Supreme Purana, which is called Amal Purana. What is Amal? What is Mul? Not Mul. Dirty, spots. What is Amal? Spotless. The Amala Purana, which is the what? Srimad Bhagavatam is the Amala Purana. Why did I say that? What came before that? Prabhupada said, because we're changing bodies and we identify with the body, if I ask you to say what I said 3 minutes ago, you'd have to dredge your memory. Because we're changing bodies and we identify with them as they go. Yeah. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is Amal Purana. It doesn't have any spots. But other scriptures have spots. Why? Because they're meant to bring less intelligent people gradually in. So that's an example of what's Praman and what's not Praman, by understanding what teachings of the Vedas are received through the disciplic succession and what aren't. Yeah?
So, would it be recommended that...
Can you speak louder or take a mic?
Would it be recommended that less intelligent people follow these Vedas in the mode of passion and ignorance instead of coming to bhakti?
They will. It's not, is it good, should we only teach them that? They will. They won't come here and they won't teach. They won't come here to the temple and hear these things. But even if they are in the lower modes and they are doing what they can only do, because of their Sukritis and sanskars, the impressions that they get. Like when I look at an item, I'm not really looking at the item. I'm looking at through the like. Okay, let's use a camera. Okay, who has a camera? I mean a phone. You look at the thing. I'm looking at looking at you through my phone. So I'm not seeing you. I'm seeing the impression that my phone gives me. So that impression stays with me, like it's on the phone, okay, and you can look back at it later. So the impressions that I get from my experiences register in my body and my consciousness, and they stay there. They make these impressions which determine my priorities, my sense of what to do and what not to do, due to my identification with myself. Like Gurudev gave the example of a secretary. So she's walking along with her, the bag. She's wearing her bag and walking. And then she gets married, and then she gets children. She's diapering the kids and cooking for her husband, getting impression after impression, and she thinks now, I am a married woman, I'm chaste to my husband, these are my duties. Before she thought, these are my duties. So impression, and that forms your identification with yourself. So people will do what they do. We don't have to teach it. We teach the reality, and whatever percentage of that they can pick up, if only the nice tune, but they heard the Hare Krishna and they're wiggling only a little bit, dancing. And that's all they can do, and they never come back. But that goes on their record. And then the next thing they do, maybe a year later, somewhere else, they hear the Hare Krishna mantra on the streets, somebody gives them prasadam, then that goes on their record. And then it keeps going, maybe a few lives, and then they get enough credits of impressions that they can stick with it, meet a pure devotee, and follow.
All these different identities that people take.
Louder?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. All the different identities that people take. I'm a mother. I'm a woman. I'm a yoga teacher. Do they come under false ego, or is false ego?
It's all false ego.
All false ego.
The whole material world is made of false ego.
Yeah.
There's, there's all the subtle elements, and then comes false ego. And from false ego, all the gross elements come. Everything is a product of false ego. Except I am Krishna Das, Jivara Sarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. Everything except for that is false ego.
Thank you.
There were, in the history of Narottam Das Thakur, these puffed up Smriti Shastra pundits or scholars of you are Brahmin by birth, you are Kshatriya by birth, and that's what you are. So we're Brahmins, we have like 20 titles to our name, and who's this Narottam Das initiating sudras and things like that. So they wanted to have a big debate with him. So his disciples, they all came into town. And big turbans. So his disciples got the idea that they dressed up as shopkeepers, selling pan, that pan is that like intoxicant thing, and, fruits and vegetables, grains. So they dressed up as shopkeepers, and then the big so-called scholars came to buy things. And then the shopkeepers would ask them, so who are you? I'm a big Brahmin, I'm so-called Chaturvedi. And then they would prove to them that they're not the body. that they're just all liars. They haven't any idea who they are. And they prove by speaking in Sanskrit, these shopkeepers. And then they talked with each other, they got afraid. If the shopkeepers in his town are like this, what's he going to be like? So they ran away. Okay, so the point of that was, what was your question?
Yeah, about the different identities we take.
Yeah, is it false ego? Yeah. Like, Gurudev's pointed out to Ashram Maharaj when he was a brahmachari. He said, none of you can speak the truth. Oh, what's your name? You, what's your name? Govinda Bhakata. Oh, what's your name? Govinda Bhakata Das. Is that the name of your soul? You have no idea of your real name. So you can only lie. Okay. That's one of the 4 propensities of the conditioned soul. Cheating. What are your 4 propensities? I mean, Haridas knows what his 4 propensities are.
Cheating, falling under illusion, making mistakes, and I should have gone in order. Falling under illusion, making mistakes.
Can somebody give him?
Was it lying?
Can somebody give him a mic so he can loudly proclaim? So he could loudly proclaim his propensities.
Krishna, your lotus feet of your pure devotees. Now I can have remembrance. It would be lying, cheating. Oh, imperfect senses was the other one. Imperfect senses, making mistakes, cheating, falling under illusion.
Good. You're not like that. Who is that? There was an Indian in a temple. Vasadi, you can not correct me, but fill in the dots, the spots. There was some Indian, some rich Indian man, and he went to the temple, and he was saying, I am Papi, I'm sinful, I'm fallen, I'm wretched. He gave a whole list of how bad he was. And then Srila Bharati Maharaj, hey, Papi, what are you calling me Papi for? I'm just using one of the names you said. You said many more. It's all false ego. Yeah. Okay, so do you remember the 10, the 9? There's Praman is the evidence, and then there's 9 principles that the evidence proves. What are the principles? Gadagraja, do you remember?
Not all in order, but I am remembering that first one.
It's good to remember it in order.
Shri alone is this absolute truth.
Good. You know the Sanskrit for that?
No.
Hari is Parama Tattva. Hari, Krishna, is the supreme absolute truth. So what is just Paramatatma is good, but the English is that Hari alone. So what's the first? Well, let's say it's the first, but it starts with 2. Number 1 was what?
Praman.
What is the Praman? And now the Prameya, the 9 truths, starts with 2. But they're 9. Should we start with 1 or should we start with 2? Huh? Yeah, because there are 9. So that's number 1. What's number 2?
Shri alone is
No, that's the English of number 1. Paramatatva means the absolute truth.
She was asking if we want to start off by counting from number 1 or from number 2.
Oh.
And we said we want to start off by counting from number 1 of the 9 truths.
Oh.
So what's number 2? Well, maybe it's better to do it as it is here, because that's how it is here. So all right, number 2 is Paramatatva, which is what? What are the English?
Shri Hari alone is the absolute truth.
Good. Supreme. Absolute truth. All right, and what's number 3? Any girls? Many girls? So, okay. Don't you get upset that he has to give all the answers? Don't you have any competitive spirit around here? What is it?
I think Nita has good competitive spirit. He's a lot faster than me.
But where is he?
He's cooking.
Oh, Hare Krishna Nitai.
Sarva Shaktiman.
Do you want to run in and say something?
Sarva Shaktiman is that he is the possessor
Don't
of...
look.
Oh, it's a blank page.
Okay.
He's the possessor of all potencies.
It just gives you a
I was just
sense
writing.
of security.
I was just writing down my notes.
Okay. What is it?
Kind of does. He is the possessor of all
That's what I do
potencies.
sometimes when I'm giving a class. I just look at a piece of paper. There's nothing there, but it gives me a sense of security. Go ahead.
He's the possessor of all potencies.
Yeah, he's the possessor of all potencies. What's number 3? He just said it. Huh? Yeah. What is it in Sanskrit? Sarva Shaktiman. All Shaktis. Man. What does man means? The possessor of. What is Bhagavan? Van. What is Van? Huh? No, Bhagavan. That's Van. Huh? Yeah, possessor. Van means possessor. Possessor of Bhagya. What are the Bhagyas? What are the fortunes? Opulences. Strength, wealth, strength, beauty, fame, renunciation. Good. So what is Shaktiman? Shakti-man. Man means the same thing as Van. Possessor of all Shaktis. All. Sarva. And then what's number 4? Gadagraja? You were there when we learned it. Did you practice it?
Actually, I don't think I was.
You weren't?
I don't think I was.
Oh, okay, then you're... But nobody told him that was what we're all supposed to learn.
Do I look like my brother's keeper?
Yeah. He thinks he's Cain. You know Cain and Abel? Cain killed Abel, and they asked Cain, where's Abel? And he says, am I my brother's keeper? I don't know. So that's a joke between us. It's a sad joke.
It's a sad one.
You have to help your brothers.
At least I tried getting Tirthabad prasadam this morning.
That's true. You did.
Akila Rasamrita Sindhu.
Yeah, what does that mean?
He is an ocean of all rus.
You have the book? You could look at it in the book. Jivadharma, chapter 13. I thought you were the itinerary captain.
We're getting our shipment. It landed.
Yeah.
They just called. Yeah, we can go tomorrow.
Wow. Can you help, Subal? Getting books. We're getting 1,000 books shipped here, and we have to unpack it from the truck and pack it, put it in the shed, and organize it. Can you help with that? Tomorrow.
Yes, if I'm here.
Okay.
We can try.
Huh?
We also want to help.
Okay. Great. All right, so where are we? What's number 4?
Akila Rasamrita
Akila Rasamrita
Sindhu.
Sindhu. The ocean Sindhu of Akila, all. Akila Rasa Amrita. The nectar ocean of all relationships. He's the ocean of nectarian mellows. Nectarian mellows means not marshmallows, but nectarian mellows. Mellow means like humor. Humor, it doesn't mean it's funny. Humor means, because there's no real English equivalent to these Sanskrit words. So, mellow, humor, relationship. But relationship is a drier way of saying an ecstatic, loving, intimate relationship. So he's the ocean of nectarian mellows, means he's the ocean of nectarian, ecstatic.